Hello you lovely brutes and welcome to our demo game of Argatoria, where me, Jedrzej, and my colleague
Tetyana
will be facing off in our little demo game in this epic 10mm scale wargame from Spellcrow, which is all about epic clashes, brutal charges and just having good old fun.
Yes, we will be playing with Vandro.
Yes, my Vandro tribe, a tribe of nihilists who rejected the gods and decided life is all about having fun, breaking heads and, well, drinking, will be facing off against Sorgax.
Yes, Sorgax is a mysterious tribe of reptilians who live in the water temples underground, and they've got a lot of slaves, they like tortures, and they feed on pain.
Yeah, they like pain and,
Yes,
well...
it's a house of pain.
Well, it sure will be when we get there. Yeah, we're bringing the pain to them. So it's a bunch of alcoholics versus a bunch of weirdos who enjoy torturing people. Let's see who...
I would say a bunch of outsiders, maybe. Don't call us weirdos.
Alright, well, sorry for that. Well, the bunch of outsiders will be facing off against a bunch of frat boys who just got a bit drunk and decided to go to town. Let's see who wins. Alright, so this is my Vandro raiding party. We got 2 units of barbarians, one a bigger one smaller one. We got an elite unit of half giants, never leave home without them. We got our blood priestesses. We got the mercenaries from Votars. We got, of course, my general, as well as his command group, and our trusted champion, hero, champion of Earth. And this is all what you get in a starter, but I decided to buff it up with Bob the Giant, as well as our wonderful Elephanton.
So here I've got a cavalry of swift snakes called Slaggers. And also I've got a unit of Replicants, a rare unit which likes to spit on their opponent during the fight. I've got 2 units of Leagulians. I've got 2 units of Reptilians, which are a basic unit in my army. And of course I've got heroes on the separate basis. And this is the content of the starter. But I've got also a great beast which I added to this. It's the Thesaurus with the Tomb Art.
Okay, first thing we do, we roll for who's gonna set up first. We both roll 1 die and we add our general leadership. Unfortunately, both of our generals suck, so what we roll is what we get, because both of them are equal to. Fortunately, I do get a 6, so it seems like I will be choosing who will be setting up first, so of course I will choose my enemy.
So my opponent has won the first roll, and unfortunately I have to deploy first.
There are 6 different deployment types in Argatoria, as well as 6 different scenarios, and before the game you should roll off which one you're going to be playing today. But for this demo game we chose the first one for the deployment, as well as the first basic scenario. After my opponent has set up, I have a perfect opportunity to counter her every move and dominate him mentally. After the setup, both players roll whether they're going to be able to also set a terrain on the battlefield. So we take 1 die, and on 4 or less we get to set a terrain. So unfortunately I don't get to do it, but of course my opponent does.
Okay, so now I'm going to choose a terrain. And I can set this terrain anywhere on the battlefield, but not in the deployment zones, and in a minimum distance of 15 centimeters from my army or the opponent's army.
Well, it seems like our intelligence is even worse than the ancient Romans with Mr. Building in our path. That's quite alright, we'll deal with it. When the battlefield is fully prepared, we take some dice and we set 1 die each next to every unit and every hero. Units are on square bases while heroes are on round ones. Doesn't matter which side up, The only purpose of the die is to show you that this unit hasn't been activated yet. So if you want to, you can use whatever you like. I have a friend who uses dried pasta because he's just weird like that.
These dice will be referred to as the action dice during the game.
After everything is ready, first thing you do at the beginning of the turn is initiative test. We both take a die, we roll it again, and we add a leadership of our generals. Like I said, both of our generals kind of suck. Mine is probably drunk and yours is a weirdo, so both of them are 2. So whatever we roll, whatever we get. Well, I've lost.
Okay, yes, I've got 4. The first thing that I can do when I won the initiative, I have to roll 2 dice, and this is called the activation roll. And now, from these 2 dice, the lower score is the number of units which I must activate. So in this case, I have to activate 1 unit. I choose this unit of the Agulians, and I remove the action die to mark that it's activated. And now what I can do is actually move, because I don't have a distance to charge. Before the move in Argatoria, I can turn my unit up to 90 degrees. If I want to turn the unit, I have to place this die in the middle of the unit at the front edge, and I can rotate the unit exactly around the die, but the middle of the front edge must be next to the die without moving it. So I can rotate it like this or like this, but of course I will turn it only a little bit. And now I want to move. To move, I have to roll 1 die. I got 3. Basically, all the infantry units in Argatoria have mobility 10, which means they can move 10 centimeters minimum. And I rolled 3. I added this score to my mobility. So I've got 13. I can move up to 13 centimeters. So I can move less as well. But I will move full 13 because I want blood.
Well, don't we all?
So this was my 1 activation, and now it's your turn to roll for activation.
Indeed. So let's see what I get. I roll 2 dice as well, and I also get a wonderful 1. So I choose one of my units, and let's say, I don't know, let's be those blokes right here. And we're going to move straight forward, no rotation for the enemy. So let's roll 1 die, 13. So same here actually. I can move up to 13 centimeters, and I'm going to do just that.
So now it's my turn again to roll for activation. Oh wow, I've got 6.
Wonderful.
On both dice, so basically I have to activate 6 units. I like to put the die on the ziggurat, so I don't mix the dice on the table. I activate the reptilians, I will rotate a little bit around the die, and I roll. I've got 4, so I can move up to 14. I will move full speed.
Now notice guys that would be a wonderful roll if we were way closer to each other, because then Tetyana could actually charge me and use those 6 activations to drive into me.
Yes.
And right now it's not great for her because I'll be able to see exactly what she did and react to it.
So I turned this unit, but this is the cavalry unit, and the cavalry units most of the time have mobility 15. So I can move up to 15 centimeters even without rolling the die. Basically, I've got 15 up to here. So I will move like this without rolling, and this is it.
Units cannot usually move through another friendly unit or terrain piece. So you got to be very careful with maneuvering so not to get jammed.
Now my Thesaurus will move. He's also got 10 of mobility. I rolled 1, so he will move only up to 11.
He's tired. Let's give him a break.
Okay, the reptilians move up to 14. I will move them slightly closer. Up to 12. Okay.
Now,
so I moved all my units.
Yes, when all of the enemy units move, now it's my turn, and I get to move my entire army. I don't have to roll. So I'm going to do just that. Every unit in Argatoria has some kind of special skill, and it's all of course written in our wonderful textbook, available in English as well. What for example, this wonderful unit of Votas can do, I can rotate however many degrees I want before I move. So what I like to do, just because I like to move them 360 and then move straight forward, because I can do that. And I move only 11. So now I'm going to move my whole army. So now, after all the units have been activated, we get to the hero phase. So again, we roll for initiative, 1 die, and whoever won will move first. It's a tie, so we reroll.
Again.
So this is this type of game. Okay, I've won. Wonderful. So now I get to move. There are different types of heroes for every faction in Argatoria. And what I have here, I have my Champion of Blood, I have my General, and I have my Command Group. I'm going to start with my Champion. I get to move him 20 centimeters in whichever direction I like, and I can attach him to a unit. What that means, he has to stand next to it, behind it, or to the side, and then he will support them in combat. How? You'll see soon. Then I will move my Command Group. Command Group is more of a utility unit that will support my guys when charging. So I will move him over to here. And last but not least is my General, the brave gentleman who managed to get up after a whole night of drinking. I will move him to here. And I think that will be all for now. There is something special I could do with him, but I'll wait for a better moment. I moved all of my heroes, all of my champions. It's your turn.
Okay, so I've got my general here in the middle. I've got the champion of Wrath and also the command group here. So I will move the champion first, and I think I will attach it. Then my command group, I think it will go right here. And my general, maybe I could move him here.
Alright, we're all set up for our second turn of the game. So, again, 1 die, initiative test. Let's see who's going to go first. This is a big one. So, of course, she rolls a 5, and I only roll a 3. So, it seems like Sorgax are going first. So, what you going to do? Please be gentle.
First, I'm going to roll for activation.
Please roll low. Yes, that's a good one. That's a very good one for me. Only 1.
Yes, unfortunately. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is probably I'm going to try to charge with the Liagulians to this barbarian's unit.
Okay, well, you can measure at any point. So let's check it out. Right now, it is about 17 centimeters charge.
So before the charge, I can turn the unit exactly as before the movement, up to 90 degrees around the die. So I will do it like this, because I think it will be the most efficient. As long as I hit the unit after measuring it like this, I can charge.
Yes, so you measure like you would be shooting from a cannon, basically.
Yes.
And what's also neat, you check from closest to closest. So it was 17 centimeters, and I believe now it's 16. So you managed to gain a centimeter.
Yes, and now, to charge, I have to roll 2 dice.
So we need 6, and unfortunately we make it.
Yes.
Well, that's gonna hurt.
The mobility 10 plus 7 is 17, and I have to move straight ahead.
Like so.
And right now, it's the most important thing that happens.
Yes, indeed. Because unfortunately, Tetyana's unit corner is touching my base. So she chooses whom attaches to whom, who has to face who. So, of course, she can just choose, okay, I'm going to face you like this, but maybe, and I'm afraid this is what she's going to choose, she's going to force me to face her like this.
Yes.
Which is not great, because now I won't be able to counterattack her. I'll counterattack her with those units, as well as my flank is exposed to all of her other units.
Yes, exactly.
So,
and I'm going to do it like this.
Well, yeah, I figured. So as you can see, in Argatoria, charging is very important. It's a very tactical thing, and you can actually shape the battlefield by forcing your enemy into the disadvantageous position. So
yes,
that's what you did, but let's see. It's only the Yaguvans. Let's see what they do.
Only. Okay. So after charging, I have to count the dice pool that I will have for this test. So first of all, the attacks stat of this unit, as well as most of the units in Argatoria, is 2. Each base has 2 attacks, and the first rank always attacks. So, the first rank gives me 8 attacks, because it's 2 attacks for each base. And what's most important, this unit has a special ability called Spear Storm, which allows them to attack also with the second rank, always.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another bunch of 8 attacks. For the fact of charging, I get 2 dice. And also, for each base behind the first rank, so except this one rank, only behind, I get 1 die. So I have 4 dice for the bases behind.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
Yes, that's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice, but fortunately for me, this is not a great unit. This is kind of like a cannon fodder unit, you might say.
Yes.
So, although they have a lot of those, they only hit on 2 or less, because the weapon skill is 2.
Yes, so now I will make a weapon skill test for hitting. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I said. Well,
I think it's the worst roll I
you're
ever
just too lucky,
got.
Tetyana. You're just too lucky. Look at all those 6s.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Argatoria is a game for people with bad luck, ladies and gentlemen. And well, this
Yes, in Argatoria you have to roll less in most cases. So, but okay. I've got weapon skill too, like Jedrzej said. So I hit 5 times. But fortunately, I've got 3 1s and 1 in Argatoria when you roll them in the weapon skill test. This is a double hit. So you can add 1 die for each one. That will be counted to the wound test. What is most important now is comparing the strength of my unit to the opponent's toughness. My unit's strength is 3, it's their base strength, but when charging, they've got +1 to strength. So now they've got 4. And your toughness is?
3.
The thing is, I have to add or subtract the number of dice equal to the difference between the strength and toughness. So I've got 1 point bigger.
Yeah.
So I add 1 die to the pool. And now I will be rolling for wounding.
Yes.
This is called a wound test.
And because Tetyana's strength currently is 4, because she charged, on 4 or less, she will be wounding my guys. Oh, thank goodness. You're just too lucky.
Why?
You're just too lucky.
I've got so many 5s and 6s.
Sorry, you should have been born like me, a typical loser.
Okay, so I've got 2 1s, but unfortunately now 1s don't do anything. Each base, like this, the infantry base basically, has got 2 wounds.
Yeah, so
Each die like this deals 1 wound, so you have to...
Yeah, one of my bloke is dead. Well, one of my
Yes.
bases. It's probably like 20 barbarians in this scale you just killed.
Yes,
They
so...
won't be seeing their families again, thanks to you. And one of them is wounded, so I will also mark it with a die.
When playing, when some bases are defeated in the same cycle, you should place the base right here, just to remember that they have been defeated in this cycle. It will mean something at the end.
Yeah, in the morale phase. But don't worry, we won one. That was, come on, that's pitiful. We're gonna laugh at you now, because now it's my turn.
Yes.
So, Tetyana only had 1 activation. Let's hope I'll get more. So, I'm gonna roll 2 dice again, activation roll, and I get a 6 and a 3, which I am very happy about. So, I have 3 activations. And I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take some revenge on you.
Oh god. No.
So, although she had a first strike, I actually am in a pretty good position to counter-attacks, because, well, let's start with those guys, actually. Here I have a unit of Votars. They are like trolls, mercenaries we basically employ. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate them. Remember, I can rotate them as much as I like. So I could do this again, and I will. Heck yeah. And then I'm going to charge into your flank. The distance is, from closest to closest, it's only 11. So it's an automatic charge, because I cannot roll less than 12 on 10 plus 2d6. So I go in. Although my corner is touching her base, because our unit's already fighting, I cannot rotate her. So I have to front her side. So I'm going to do like this. And let's count up our attacks again. So each of my wonderful trolls has 2 attacks. So that is 2 times 4, 8 attacks. For charging, I get extra 2. I don't have anyone in the back, so that's it. But when I come into the flank, I get extra 2 dice for that. And this unit has a special skill that they double that bonus. So instead of extra 2, I get extra 4. Look at that. We didn't plan it, folks, I promise to you. This is all pretty live coming to you, so I just been lucky. And those boys have a weapon skill of 3, so I'm hitting on 3 or less. Okay, not great. It could be worse. Could be worse.
Yes.
That was a miss.
Could be, but still, I'm really happy.
Yeah, could be better. Ones do explode, of course, so I add an extra die.
Okay.
Strength of those boys is 4. When charging, turns into 5.
Toughness. And my toughness is, unfortunately, only 2.
Yeah, look at them. They're all scrawny, little
yes.
lizards. So 5 minus 2, 3 extra, just for me. And now I murder you on 5 or less. 1, 6, taking it away. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. Look at that.
Oh,
that's more than 1.
So the entire rank is defeated.
Yes, it is. And I still get 2 more activations. So I'm saying let's go with a bang, right? We're in it to win it. So my wonderful Elephanton here is going to charge the unit of Liguans. It is currently 17 centimeters, but I think if I wiggle my way to victory, I can... No, it's still 17, unfortunately. But that is fine. Well, let's do it like this then. I'm more happy with this. I will be hitting you. 17 centimeters. I just need a 7. Easiest thing of my life. Look at that. That's how you do it.
Yeah. I think it's the positive thinking that you're using here.
Yeah, now, I am afraid I made a bit of a blunder. Could you try to face me by any chance? Or would you be blocked by this guy?
No, I won't be blocked. You hit me with the corner, so you can attach me as you like. And it seems that if this unit goes like this...
Yeah, they will be blocked. And there is enough space there for that.
Yes,
so that's good. That's
it won't touch the desires, so it can fit there.
Now, my wonderful Elephanton, my wonderful little Elephanton has 6 attacks base. Of course, for charging, I get extra 2. I roll my dices. And 3 or less to hit. So I hit him 4 times. And Elephanton has a special rule. Every time you hit, you roll an extra dice. So I hit 4 times. Now I hit 5 times. And 2 of them are 1s, so they of course explode. And this is where the strength system comes into play. Because Elephanton has the highest strength right now, the strength of 8. When charging, it's 9. Toughness, could you remind us what the toughness is?
2.
Alright, so 9 minus 2, that's many. So 7 dice for me.
Yes, it's a lot.
I add 7 dice to this, I roll it. Normally I will be killing on 9 or less, but in Argatoria 6 is always fail. So 5 or less. I think they're dead.
I think they are.
Would you like me to count it?
No, you don't have to.
Alright. What's cool, after I win a combat completely, after I wipe out an enemy unit, I get to move for free 5 centimeters in any direction I like. So I can move forward, backwards, diagonally. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to move diagonally like this. And I also can rotate up to 180 degrees. I choose which order, move, rotate, or rotate, move. So now I'm going to rotate like this, and look at that, you have a case of an elephant in your side.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have one more activation.
Yes.
And I'm going to try to move Bob closer to the action, because I don't want to charge you yet, because I want you to come to me. I have a sneaky plan, a cunning plan. So my wonderful giant Bob is going to sprint towards the enemy, but not full 15. I'm only going to move him like 13 centimeters.
Okay.
Back to you.
Okay, so now it's time for my activation roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 3. So I will activate 3 units.
Yes.
Take your black dice. Okay. I've got 3 activations, so I will just have fun and charge you first with... I think with the sluggers.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes, I can. So you see, the fun thing with the sluggers, with this cavalry here, is that they've got a special rule called snake move. It means that when moving or charging, they can move or charge through the unit, but they cannot end the charge or the move on this unit. So basically what it means is that I don't have to see the enemy when charging with at least 2 bases, but I can charge even if I don't see with any base. I have to just measure the distance actually.
I think it's 16, isn't it?
Yes, it's 16. And because sluggers have the mobility 15 and the distance of the charge is 16, I don't have to roll because it's an automatic charge.
Yeah, it would seem like it. Well, is that the noise snakes make when they charge?
Yes. Yes,
like an
they
F-16 taking off.
Yes, exactly.
Alright, this is getting quite mosh pit-like, doesn't it?
Yes.
I wouldn't like to be inside the little conundrum. Alright, well, what do you get?
So now sluggers have weapon skill 3.
Alright.
So it's not bad, but well, we'll see. Each slugger has 2 attacks, and I also get +2 for charging and +2 for the flank attack.
Yes.
And that's all. My weapon skill is 3, so I have to roll 3 or less, and I think now I managed to do it better.
Yeah, that's actually quite a good roll. Okay.
These are my successes, and I've got 2 1s, so I can add 2 dice to the wound test.
I gotta tell you, being eaten by a snake might be one of the worst ways to go. What's your strength?
Unfortunately, only 3.
Oh, okay, well then, look at that.
So I've got 4 when charging, and you've got toughness 3,
Yes.
so I add 1 more die to the pool.
Or less, let's see. You just need to roll like the last time and everything will be fine. No, that's way better. So
Yes.
how much is that?
Okay, so I remove these, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a great revenge.
It is. It's an okay revenge. So I take away 4 bases and 1 wound moves to the next one as well.
Exactly.
So they lost 5 already, but they're holding on. Look at that. They're just fighting back to back against giant snakes and there's small tiny lizards from one side. One side is definitely braver than the other in this scenario. That was your first one. What's your other 2?
The second unit will be the Thesaurus. He's going to charge the Amazons right here. They are hidden behind the ziggurat, so you may not see them very well, but I see them
Just
really, really
perfect.
well. Yes.
Maybe I can lift it up for just a second to show our viewers. There is a unit of amazing Amazons right there.
Okay. I will rotate the Thesaurus a little. Maybe like that. And I've got...
Is that 12?
It's 12.5, so I will
13.
roll
Yeah.
just...
don't roll double one,
One.
Tetyana. He's hoping you won't roll double one. That would really suck. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the motivation.
I'm being nice. Argatoria is one of the few games when you can tell your opponent, I hope you roll nothing but ones, and you're actually being a nice guy. You know, I'm going to mark it with a die where it's supposed to be. I'm going to move it away for a second for our viewers to see.
Okay, so I hit with the corner, so I can decide how this unit is going to...
Yeah, who faces who.
Yes. Maybe I will do it like this.
Alright.
Okay, just because I like to move the enemy units when charging.
That's always a nice feeling. I like to think it's such a ferocious charge that just forced them back, trying to hold the line, but just not being able to, which makes sense in this example.
Exactly.
Plus, if they survive, you might actually make my counter charge a bit more difficult, but let's see.
The first thing, which is great, is that this ours has got a special rule called Primal Rampage. And I'm going to roll 1 die, and on 2 or less, he's going to be furious, but he's not.
No, he's actually very happy with life.
Yes, he's actually very
It's
happy.
a wonderful day for him.
Yeah, if it was a success, I would add 3 attacks to the pool. But
So unfortunately, Barney the purple dinosaur doesn't get any bonuses, but...
yes, he's got 7 attacks, so it's pretty fair.
Yeah.
He's got +2 for charging.
Yes, indeed.
And now he's got weapon skill 3. So I get to roll 3 or less, but well, it's quite good, but not
bad.
2 once again. So I will add 2 dice to the wound test. And now my strength when charging is 8.
Yes, when charging your strength is 8. My toughness is only 2. So 6 extra for you.
And
I am kind of hoping you'll kill them, because then I'll be just able to, counter-attack. So...
I am also hoping that I will kill them.
Well, wonderful, we agree.
And I'm also hoping for a counterattack.
You drop one. Alright, so again, 5 or less, because 6s always fail. Look at that, those 2 there.
Okay.
And Amazons, well, they are smart when it comes to Vandal bunch and Barbarians bunch in general. So they actually brought shields with them. So now I'm going to roll, and on 1s I get to ignore those hits. But, okay, only one of them knows how to use a shield.
You can remove them already.
I can.
Yeah.
And probably this is a good moment to also tell our viewers what we're actually playing for. So this is a basic scenario we're playing here, where each of us has to kill 20 blood points. What is a blood point? Well, it's basically this. 1 stand is a blood point. And so right now I've lost 4 plus 5, so that is 9. And you've lost how many? You lost 4 plus 4. So
yes, so it's 8.
It's 8 to 9. Now, interesting thing about Argatoria, well, quoting the classic, still only counts as 1. So that was actually a pretty good exchange. Even if I managed to kill Barney the purple dinosaur, I will only get 1 blood point, while Tetyana just gained 4 for that one little action there.
Yes,
so
exactly.
That's really good. We're playing until we kill 20 blood points, like I said, and the moment we do it, the game ends. So it doesn't matter if it's the beginning of the turn, morale phase, whatever. You lost 20, you just lost the game, man. So you gotta be careful. I'm halfway there.
Yes. Now I'm going to regroup with the Thesaurus after winning the combat. So what I can do is I can rotate and move. And I will do that. Like that. See what I do. I can rotate up to 180.
Oh, you're gonna crash with your butt.
And I will see if I have 5 centimeters. I have. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I was saying before, like, this is one of the worst ways to go, to get eaten by a snake. No, this is one of the worst ways to go.
Okay, so I will place the die right here, because I will move up to this point.
Yes, and well, the moment you touch my hero, you roll a die whether you will kill him. So on 1 or 2, he just dies, straight up. No, that's a 6.
He doesn't, but...
He might try to escape now. Remind me, what's the escape distance? Was it 30 centimeters?
The escape distance is 15 centimeters.
Could it be 30, just for this game?
No, it cannot be, sorry.
Alright, so I could escape with him up to 15 centimeters to a friendly unit, but it has to be a free unit with no heroes attached. And unfortunately, both of them are busy. So my flag just got crushed by a giant bat.
Yes.
Always happens.
Okay.
Don't you hate it when it happens?
That's great.
So that's another blood point. So congratulations, you reached exactly 10. You're halfway there.
Yes. Now I've got 1 activation. 1 more.
Let's place Ziggurat back where it was. And back to you.
I'll do it like this.
How much is it?
And now I've got 17.
17, that's not too bad.
Okay, so I will roll and see how it goes. Great.
It's a success, congratulations.
I've got 11, so plus 10, it's
That's enough.
21. I'm moving straight forward.
In case you're wondering what happens when you fail the charge, funny things happen. And we'll get to that probably this game yet, although so far we are all very lucky here in Argatoria land.
And this time you can remain stationary because I will align myself against your edge.
Alright, go ahead.
Again, each base has 2 attacks and no hero is attached, so I add only 2 for charging. Now, The reptilians have weapon skill 3. They hit on 3 or less.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll, yes. I've got only one score of 1. So I'm adding 1 die. My basic strength is 4. But when charging, I've got 5. And the Amazons have only...
That's 2. Yeah.
Yes, so I add 3 dice. Now, only 5 or less. Or...
yeah.
So much.
6s fail.
Yes, only 1 6.
Again, Amazons are the smart types, so they brought shields. Let's see how many I ignore. 1s to ignore, and I do get 1 ignore. That's nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my entire back row. That's not great, actually. That's really bad. So several things are going to happen now, but we'll get to that. Was that all of yours? I believe it was, right?
Yes.
All right. So
these are all 3.
my turn. Let's roll for activation. I get a 3 and a 5. So 3 units have to be activated. We might as well start with the Amazons. Let's see them counterattack. So now all I get are 8 attacks. In case you are wondering, if I had 1 left, would you get that 1 extra die you do get when you're charging? I wouldn't, because when it's a standard combat, you get 2 extra dice for every row behind the first one. So even if there was 1 left, I wouldn't get anything. Even if there were 3 left, I wouldn't get anything. So
yes, you need to have the full rank.
Yes.
Behind.
So that's all I get. Now this is my general, and general, usually when he's attached to the unit, he gives 6 extra attacks. So that's what I could get. The problem is, unfortunately, Tetyana killed my entire back row and my general isn't touching my unit anymore. So he won't be giving that extra buff. I could have placed him on the side of the unit, but that would be way more dangerous and he's just not that brave. So I decided to put him in the back. No bonus for me. So all I get is 8 attacks, hitting on 3 or less. That's pretty good. Once explode, so that's 1 extra. Now, my strength is not only 2.
Yes, and since you're not charging, it's still 2.
What's your toughness?
My toughness is 3.
So 2 versus 3. I lose 1 die, so that's not great. And I only wound you on 2 or less. But the good thing about Amazons, maybe they're not super strong, but they're very accurate. They get to re-roll their wound rolls. Ah, there we go. That's 2.
Okay, that's great. That's
Just gotta roll good or bad.
Well, what I'm going to do is maybe I'll remove these ones.
Tetyana gets to choose whether she wants to take from the left or the right. But once she starts taking from the left, she has to continue taking from the left.
Yes, exactly.
Because the tray movements are not actually there. So it is possible those frogs are coming for me, but we'll see.
It's possible, yeah.
It's probable. I would even say. I think next thing I'll do is those gentlemen. So I will rotate them. Now that's a bit of a problem because I got this building in the way. I wish I could have seen that coming. So I can rotate them like this. Now the champion stays with him exactly like he was because he's now part of the unit basically. Now when I'll be charging, thankfully only half of the unit is blocked. So I will be only charging with 1 die, but I'm so close I don't actually have to roll it. They basically just run around the building screaming and throwing themselves at your Saurus, and the champion goes with them, of course. Alright, so here we go. Half giants, my elites, my stormtroopers. So 2 attacks for every guy in the front row, 1 attack for every guy in the back row when charging, and my champion gives me 4 extra. Can I take your dice, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. I know they're not
Only
very good
now.
for you, but I think they'll be good for me. I like to throw a separate color for the champion, because then I can see how well he does and whether I have to burn the model or not. Like I said, every champion has different abilities. Mine is a champion of blood, which means I get to roll a die when a unit attacks, or 3 or less, I get extra 4 attacks. Yeah, of course. You see? It's not the dice problem, Tetyana, it's something else. So he gives 8 extra, and Barney, of course, also has a flank, so I get 2 extra for that.
I think you can also add 2 for the charge.
Oh, I think I did.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay.
But I can get extra 2 if you like me to.
You can.
Okay.
I think you didn't get the 2.
Well, there you go. Viewers, you can tell us whether Tetyana is being nice or whether I'm just being daft. Now, those boys, the half giants, also hit on 2 or less. But the special skill is when you can see them, the quite big. When they hit you, is gonna hurt. Every hit is an exploding hit, a critical hit. So every hit explodes. So 2 or less, and every hit is a good one. Look at all those 1s and 2s.
When charging, the half giants have double hits, even on 2s. So,
yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2, 8. 8 extra dice I add to myself. Now the funny thing is my champion only managed to hit once, so I'm not very happy about him, but that happens. 8 extra. My strength when charging is 5. The toughness of your Drosaurus is 7, I believe.
yes.
So 2 less for me. You know what? I'll take it away from the champion. He's just not doing as well as I would like. And 5 or less to kill. 6 we take away.
Yes, I think it was enough to kill
Yeah, he has 7 wounds, right?
Yes, he has 7 wounds.
So he's dead. Please take him away from my table. But still only counts as 1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, we're breaking through, and we're gonna move 5 centimeters. Oh no, you're there, and you still haven't moved this unit. So actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move back. I know, very heroic, but do not judge me. And we're gonna rotate like this, and the champion stays exactly where he was.
Very smart.
Well, thank you. And that was my second activation. I still have 1 more. So I think I will counter-charge into your Slagos. So just moving straight forward, attaching myself. I will actually attach myself like this.
Remember that you have to attach at least 1 full base.
Yeah, I will. I'll move this one.
Okay, that's great.
I want to block those girls. I don't want you to charge them because I don't want them to have more problems with me.
I understand it.
Yeah, there is tactic there. Trust me, people. So, 2 for every guy. 2 extra for charging. 2 extra for flank attack. And these are the barbarians from Vandrel tribe. So when they're charging, they're very happy to be doing this. And let's be honest, they're probably on some mushrooms or something like that. So they get extra 2 attacks just for that. Now, they hit you on 3 or less.
Yes.
And ones, of course, explode. That was a miss. So that's 3 ones. Now, strength 3 when charging 4. But again, the mushroom power, I get another +1 when charging. So strength is 5. Toughness was 5. If you
Yes.
Yes. Toughness of Slagos is quite big. So no bonuses for me. 5 or less to kill. And they have 3 wound spaces, right?
No, unfortunately, only 2.
Because usually cavalry gets 2 3 wound spaces, but Slagos are a bit more of a light cavalry, so they're a bit easier to kill. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, unfortunately, the Slagos are out.
Yeah, they are out. I don't want you, again, to be breaking through them, because then you'll be threatening my general. So I'm afraid those boys' job in life is to protect the general and sacrifice. So I'm just going to move them slightly, a couple of centimeters to the left, holding the line.
I believe these are all units.
Yes, that was my free activation. It's your turn. I don't have. I have 1 more unit to activate. So
Okay. So now it's my turn for activation roll.
3.
3 units, so basically all the units I have, and I don't have many of them right now. I'm going to charge this unit of barbarians.
Well, I was expecting that, but again, I prefer that than you breaking through.
Okay, so I'm going to rotate first.
Oh wait, maybe that was a mistake. Actually, I don't have many units left, but maybe you won't kill them all.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to activate the ability of the Champion of Wrath. I want to roll for his ability, and I will tell you what it's doing.
Yeah.
4 or less. When the friendly unit within 20 centimeters of the champion charges, I can activate this champion, and that unit gets +1 to weapon skill when charging. So I will hit better, and that's really fantastic for me. Now I'm measuring the distance, and I've got 14.
Alright, so that should be quite easy, especially with the command group there.
Yes, the command group. When it's within 5 centimeters of the friendly unit, it grants that unit's special abilities and bonuses. So when charging, I can roll 3 dice instead of 2 and choose 2 highest scores.
So that makes 19 now. Right.
Yes.
Helped you out a bit there. So going straight forward, like so. And yes, unfortunately for me, well, we'll see. My corner is touching your base, so I choose who will align to who, and I will... Well, actually, I think I will align myself to you, because this way I will be keeping you further away from my general.
Oh, you are really, really caring about that general.
Oh yeah, he's a nice bloke. Really.
Yeah.
He may be a drunk, but once you get to meet him, it's really nice.
Okay.
So how many
now,
attacks?
what I really like is that I will have the weapon skill 4 instead of 3.
Yeah.
It's the first rank, so 8 attacks, +2 for charging, +4 for each base behind the first rank, and +4 for the champion.
Yes.
And that's all.
That, well, all is... That's a lot still, but yeah, let's see how you'll do. And that helps quite a bit.
Yeah, because I've got 4 fours, I think. Yeah. These scores right here wouldn't count, but thanks to my temporary bonus, I've got more attacks. So I have 4 ones, so these dice come back to the pool.
Yes, so everything hit.
Yes.
Basically. Nice. Nice.
Yes, and now I've got a basic strength 3 + 1, it's 4.
Yeah, my toughness 3, so 1 die for you and 4 less to kill.
Yes, I think they will be destroyed. But...
I hope not, because I want to see you spitting on me. Okay, that sounded weird. I want to see the frogs spitting on me. That's the special skill. After they attack, they get to spit, but I don't think... I think you killed me.
I think...
That was a pretty bad roll, but it's still enough, I think. Yeah, they're dead, unfortunately. So now you get to move 5 centimeters, whichever direction you like.
Okay, I will do that.
And funny news, ladies and gentlemen, I lost 18 blood points. So 2 more and Tetyana wins the game here and right now. Well, we'll see. You cannot charge the enemy unit with that movement. You have to stop at least 1 millimeter away from them. And so...
Yes.
But still, for the next turn, that's really good.
Exactly.
The last unit, please.
The last unit... The reptilians.
And if I may, because I'm feeling very smart about it, so I'm just going to show it off. You could possibly charge my Elephanton, but unfortunately you can't, because I was able to move in such a way that I think you'll be missing him.
It's...
No, you actually will be hitting him.
Yes,
okay.
I will be hitting him like a little bit, like this.
Yeah, I couldn't move him any further. I was hoping I'll do it.
That will be great, actually. Thank you, Jedrzej, for showing me it. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you can do actually pretty neat tricks in Argatoria when you're smart, and then you can fail at them miserably.
So now we've got an interesting situation, because first I'm going to roll for charging if I'm going to fail or have
that's
a
16.
Success. Yes.
Okay, well, let's see what you roll.
I've got 7. So the charge is a success.
Yeah.
So what is funny now is that after the turn, I could hit only the corner of the Elephanton with my corner. And some players have asked what is happening at that point. At that point, it's very clear. If the charging unit has touched the enemy unit corner to corner, the enemy unit decides.
Oh, that's good. Well, then I would like to attach myself to you.
Okay.
Because I actually want to countercharge you.
And also, what is important, when you're fighting with the single models like the Elephanton or like the Giant, you have to attach like this to the edge of the unit, or like this.
So of course I'm gonna go like this to be even closer.
Okay, so now, it's a plenty of attacks.
It is indeed.
8 attacks, as usual, for the first rank. 4 for the rare rank. +2 for the charge. And this one here is the general. So I've got 6.
Yeah, 6 extra as well. Well, let's say Elephanton's a tough little beast. Maybe he'll survive, although this is it's a basic unit, but it's pretty good.
Yes.
Let's see.
3 or less.
3 or less.
Oh,
yeah.
I see a lot of good results here. Okay, I've got 4 ones again, so I'm adding 4 dice to the pool.
Nice. Strength 5, toughness 6. Please take away 1. And
Okay.
8 wounds to go through. So if you could just roll like 5, 7 sixes, that would be wonderful. That's close, thank you. But no, I think he's dead. 1, 2. He's dead. He's dead, Dave. Alright, so that's 1 point for... 1 point is... you're missing 1 point to win the game, actually, right now. Which is kind of scary. But thankfully, that's all your units. So.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now only is I'm going to rotate like that or like that.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Makes sense to me. Alright, well, my last unit of those guys is just 6 barbarians. I mean, 3 barbarians bases, so 6 attacks. Hitting on 3 or less. Not bad at all. And strength 3, toughness 2.
Yes.
1 more for me. And 3 or less to kill. So that's 1 more base basically, and 1 will be wounded.
Okay, so 1 more base and 1 wound.
Yes.
I will appreciate a white die.
No problem. How many of yours have I killed?
I think it's 8 here, 9, 10, 14.
And 2 extra, so 16.
16, yes.
So it's 16 to 19. Very close game.
Yes.
We'll see, because now we're going to the hero phase again. And we're going to roll for initiative. And this is a big one.
Yes, it's a very important roll, actually.
I have 1, okay.
Yeah.
So now I get to move all of my champions. The problem is 1 is dead. 1 has moved with the unit, so he cannot move again. But this general, he is still free, so I can move him freely. And the general has a special ability. When I activate him, at any point during his movement, I can roll a die, and on 4 or less, I get to give one of my units within 30 centimeters and older. So I can activate 1 unit again. So for example, I could choose those guys, roll a die, 4 or less. Well, not that, but if I roll 4 or less, I could attack with them again. Or do something crazy like that. The problem is I need to kill 4 of your bases, is that correct?
Yes.
Well...
You would need to make a fantastic charge with the half giants.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. You see, there's a lot of things happening here, so let me tell you. I could easily just tell them to attack again, but at best I'm going to kill 3 and I'm not going to win the game. And I need to win the game right now, because if I don't, then Tetyana gets to activate her general, charge my giant, and probably kill him. Desperate times call for desperate needs. My general is easily within 30 centimeters, so 4 or less to give the order. Look at that, they're very eager.
Yes, it's the perfect order.
They're very eager to
Yes.
get stuck in. All right. Now you might be asking, Jedrzej, why won't you give the order to this guy? Well, there are 2 reasons for that. A, he's not as good as they are. And B, I want to leave my general here, because then in the morale phase, he will be able to help those guys pass their morale. And I need that, because I cannot have anyone escaping. So, let's see. That is 23. But if I wiggle my way to victory, like so, I will be hitting your unit, like so perfectly. And the distance right now...
23 again, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit far. It's a bit far.
But maybe it's a good time to...
Pray. Sometimes all you get left in life is prayer. So praying is a special mechanic in Argatoria, we haven't shown you yet. Once per turn you can choose a unit and pray with them. You have to roll less than the leadership. Leadership of half giants is 7. And then you can choose different bonuses. There's plenty of prayers. You can check them all out in our text, in our rule book. Let's first see if I can do it. So, 7 or less. Yes, alright, so we did it. And I'm going to pray for swiftness. So swiftness lets me, when I charge and I roll my 2 dice, I get to double 1. So this 6 turns into 12, so it's 13 plus 10 for basic movement, 23 centimeters, I would do it. But that was just a test one. 24, I get to double 1 die, this is for the marbles, okay?
Okay, I think you didn't manage.
That's 22.
Yes, it's 22 and you've got 24.
Do I now?
Yeah.
It didn't change magically. Okay, well, so what happens when you fail a charge, guys? You move forward 10 centimeters.
Yes.
And then your opponent gets to rotate you up to 90 degrees, whichever direction they like.
Yeah. And still, I have to turn the unit around the die. Remember that turning in Argatoria is always around the die.
So this, basically simulates that the guys got scared, they tripped, there's some mud there.
I'll do it like that.
Or, everything went perfectly. The general screamed, "Do it, boys!" Then they prayed, they screamed the war cries, they surged forward, and then they just tripped in the mud.
Yes.
That's not perfect, but that's nothing you can do about it. So, your turn for the champion summon. Oh, I'm just gonna move my general after over here to support them with morale bubble. Okay. And your turn.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you for the measuring tape.
Alright.
Thank you.
I'll just eyeball it.
And now my command group will probably go somewhere too. Maybe here.
Alright.
But it doesn't really matter.
Well, command group also helps a bit with morale.
Okay, but I will do like something we're all waiting for.
Yeah.
Well, I could charge this one, but it will be much more fun if I charge the half giants, which I have just rotated. I will issue the order with the general to the reptilians.
Alright, so 4 less. Yes, okay, but...
Yes, but unfortunately for you, the reptilians have got a special rule called Iron Discipline, which means that they can reroll the failed order issued to them by the general. And I will do it now.
So guys, okay, unfortunately.
Yes.
Alright.
I've got 3.
So you're gonna kill Bob or my half giants?
Oh, sorry. I will not choose Bob because I really want to charge those pretty half giants.
Oh, pretty.
I've got 11, so I'm charging a flank.
Yeah,
and I hit you with the corner.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is probably it doesn't really matter, right?
Well, doesn't it? Well, anything can happen yet. I'm optimistic.
Okay, you can be. You can be.
Yeah, that's all I got left sometimes.
So, 8 attacks for the first rank, as usual.
Yeah.
4 dice for the second rank. So, for each base behind the first one. +2 for charging. +2 for the flank.
Yeah.
And +6 for the general.
Yeah, I gotta say, your general is way more epic than mine. Which is kind of funny, because mine is like a giant muscly dude and yours is a little lizard.
I agree.
But somehow yours is killing, while mine is just staring.
Yeah, he's only like posing on the stone.
He doesn't want to get off his rock, he looks too cool.
Yes, so I have to roll 3 or less.
Oh no, dude.
I've got a lot of dice that I don't need, but I have a very good roll.
Yeah.
I have 4 ones.
Yeah.
Again in this game.
Yeah, strength 5, toughness 4, 1 more for you, and
Yes.
5 or less to kill, and I just need you to roll the 6s and we'll be fine. If you do it, that would be the most epic thing in the wargaming history now.
Unfortunately. Let's see how many giants, how many half giants I destroyed.
1 half giant.
Okay, so
Okay, that is...
I would destroy many of them actually.
That is terrible.
Like, oh, that's so many.
That's all of them.
That's all of them, right?
That is all of them. And now you
So
get to move.
this is the power of the reptilians with the general attached. But I only needed 1 base to actually win, so...
That is end of the game, so congratulations to you, Tetyana.
Thank you, Jedrzej.
Do you mind if we show the people a little what if? What if you didn't make this charge and we would continue? Now, at the end of the turn, there will be a morale phase. And yes, I am very salty, so I'm trying to move on to the next thing because I am quite sad.
Yes,
but
so
that's okay.
It's basically like here in Argatoria, it's called a cold blood test.
Yeah.
So now we have to see all the combats that are still like going, and here we've got 3 units fighting. It's a group combat.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we need to check which unit has lost the highest number of bases. And as I can see, we have lost actually the equal number.
Yeah, right here we have a draw, so nobody has to pass a cold blood test.
So yeah, we remove those dice right here, which mark the lost wounds.
Yeah, the infantry and cavalry regains wounds as the people just get back into the fight.
Yes.
But here, I'm afraid I lost.
Yes, you lost because you lost 4 bases and I lost only 2.
Yeah.
So you have to roll the cold blood test.
So leadership of those ladies is 7. As you remember, when it comes to praying, the less you roll, the better.
And the equal as well.
Yeah, and in cold blood you have to roll equal or more. So 7 or more, that's a pass.
You had luck.
What would happen if I fail? Just so you guys know, if I roll like this. Well, I lost 4 bases, so I would take 4 dice for every base I lost. I roll them, and 4 plus, another one runs away. So only one actually would run away. The rest of them didn't even like those girls. They're just fine where they are.
Yeah.
But that's of course what if, because I basically lost that game the moment I lost my 20th base. So,
yes.
but I killed 16, and I was actually pretty close to winning, guys. So this is Argatoria. You have to fight till the end because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yes, and you're always happy when you roll once, especially in the wound test, okay? Because when you're charging, you obviously don't want that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a game for people with bad luck. So.
And what I want to tell you right now, the most fantastic thing is that the Sorgaks will take the remaining troops and they will be their slaves. That's really great. I'm really happy for that.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
You're welcome, but actually it was our plan all along, because now we get to go in and take those guys back. We have a castle's belly to go into the Sorgak's temple next game we're gonna play, and just take them back.
Okay.
And you know what? We might bring our mages with us. We might bring some extra special units with us and some more things to show you guys. Because right now, I believe you know about 80% of all Argatoria mechanics and rules.
Or even 70, I would say. I mean, mages like change a lot.
It's an easy game to pick up. Not an easy one to master, that's for sure. Next time we're going to probably show you some more tricks and I'm going to try to lose less. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, we believe that you know right now the basic rules of charging, moving, turning, cold blood test, issuing orders with your generals. So I believe that's all for now.
I do believe that as well. So shall we wrap it up?
Yes, I think yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Argatoria. And, well, this game, if you want to check it out, you can buy an English rulebook in print or in PDF from our website. We got plenty of stores in UK, in USA, in Germany, in all kind of countries. You can check out the list on our site as well. If you want to find your local gaming store, we highly implore you to buy there and support your local community. And we also got our wonderful magazine.
Yes, we've got Purple Warlock issue 2. And we're really happy to show you that because the Polish version printed has just arrived, but the English one is already on the way. So we really invite you to check our website. All the links are in the description box under this video. And well, you should check the website and get this because you've got there plenty of new rules for Argatoria of the Shellmorg and the Gaeldor army.
If you're interested, just buy the PDF and read it all yourself. Plus there's plenty of articles there, how we made this game, what's happening with this game and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, and of course, we also invite you to join the Discord community and the Argatoria Plemiona group on Facebook.
Yeah, when it comes to Polish people and English groups are also on Discord. And as a last thing, if you like Argatoria, if you'd like to check it out more, if you want to introduce it to your local store, give us an email, give us a Facebook message, and we'll talk with you. We have plenty of wonderful little gizmos we can send you guys, like those rulers, like some pinups, like some free minis. And we would love to send a sample box to your local store so they can check out our merchandise, hopefully bring them in, and then you'll be able to play the Argatoria in your local store.
Exactly. We hope you enjoyed this video and I was happy to win with you, Jedrzej.
Yeah, no, that
But
was.
play with you as well. Okay.
We're gonna do it again. Okay.
Okay, of course.
I need a rematch after this
Remember
one.
that it was only an intro game. Normally, I lose with Jedrzej quite often.
Well, that's true, but still, this hurt. But next time, you know what? I'm gonna check the battlefield if there are any buildings on it, and if there's any mud, and we're gonna come prepared. So.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Stay tuned, guys, and see you next time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Have a great one.